May 1st, let's go! Welcome back to Key West Waterman, boys and girls. My name is Aaron Young. It is a beautiful, wonderful occasion. It's May 1st here in Key West. If you're not familiar, every year grouper season closes January 1st through April 30th. Today's May 1st, so it is open. Got the wrecking crew, Justin, Cody, Gavin, and myself. Won't be a ton of talking today. We're going commercial, focused on groupers. This is our first spot. 3 feet to the bottom. Lots of life there, so let's get down to it. All right, fellas, dive safe. Headshots only. Headshots only. Welcome back to Key West Waterman, boys and girls. My name is Aaron Young. As I've been doing in the past, I'm going to just share my thoughts on some of these, kind of just going to think out loud. I'm not going to get too technical here. We wanted to use some of the longer clips, like raw footage, like the entire dives. A lot of you guys asked me about breathe up techniques and stuff like that, and I thought it might be fun to use the whole clip so you guys can maybe practice holding your breath through the entirety of these dives. And I often get questions about how to, train for free diving, how to increase breath hold, stuff like that. I'm not an instructor. I'm not comfortable giving advice about that, but the best thing you can do is go out and dive. Take a course if you're in an area where there is an instructor, or plan a trip to do that. This is the very first drop of the day. Bottom's about 75, I think. It was so dark the camera really didn't pick them up, but there was a bunch of grouper and they all took off. I picked a smaller one that was kind of staying comfortable. He gave me just a perfect shot. I tried to stone him, didn't happen, but I saw the flopper go all the way through, so I was very comfortable with the shot. Didn't really horse him in because I hadn't seen any sharks yet, but there were quite a few fish on that drop. I don't even think the sun was actually up yet. Perfect shot. I said it earlier, no headshots. Try not to ruin any meat when we're going commercial. May 1st, let's go! More down there? Everywhere. Hell yeah. There's like 3 or 4 that are over 30. Like big ones. Drop some more sand. Good? Yeah. Justin's first drop. Beautiful fish. Let's go, baby! You feel good? You good?
Yeah, just first half, a little rough.
The rough? Knock the rust off it.
He's a nice black.
Brain him for me and bleed him. So unfortunately the other guys weren't wearing cameras. I did my first drop, got a black grouper. Justin did his first, landed that nice one. It was over, I think, 25 pounds. Gavin did a drop third. He shot a fish, it got rocked up, and Cody did a drop fourth. Or no, excuse me, Cody, then Gavin. Gavin was late to the boat, so he got last drop. But both their fish got rocked up. And the problem with getting rocked up is you have to do retrieval dives to get these fish. Typically, which is going to spook anything else in the area. So unfortunately, they got rocked. It does happen. This is me trying to retrieve Cody's fish. You saw there was a bull shark there. They had already kind of come in, checked it out. Trying to assess the situation on what's going on with his grouper. I tried to put a little stone shot in there. Unfortunately, did not stone the fish. And I kind of panicked, not really panicked, but I kind of rushed this. I should have left the fish alone and came back up, but trying to be a hero. I wanted to bring it up in one dive, so I reach across, cut Cody's line. I'm thinking this is going to come up in one swoop. Something is stuck, and I can't figure out what it is. I right there started to run out of air. Wasn't really worth wrestling the fish. I didn't want to get stuck down there. I didn't get a great breathe up. It was only my second dive of the day.
I need Justin over here. Your fish is out. There's a bull shark. It's like my gun's down there with the fish alone. I cut your line because it was all the way through. And I went to pull it up and something's still stuck and I can't figure out what it is.
So if you can't tell what happened there, that fish was kind of floated up on my line. My gun was suspended there because my reel was still locked down. And unfortunately, a shark swam by, ate the fish, cut my line, and left the shaft down there. So Cody's shaft got lost, probably taken with the fish. I went back down, and it just ended up being my shaft. You can see right there, I had to give it a little tug. It was my shaft that was stuck. Update, 10 a.m. It's not going well, I'll be honest with you. First spot, we got 2 fish. Pulled one other solo off. We had a little mishap, got some fish rocked up. Bent one shaft and lost another, so essentially we're still in the hole right now. We're at 0. We have made no money, but we're gonna keep grinding. The spot has a little bit of life on it. Let's go. So still a little bummed from the first spot of the day. There was a lot of fish on it. We only pulled 2 off. Probably was a little bit of my mistake there. I should have maybe done another dive on his fish and left it alone, but lesson learned, it happens. This is a new spot. We had hit 2 spots in between this and had not seen anything. So just keep in mind, these are all highlights. We're not shooting fish every single dive. These are highlights. Gavin put a nice shot in a fish right here. This bottom's incredible. I call this Swiss cheese. The grouper love this. If you find this type of bottom and you don't see groupers, it's just because you don't see them. They are definitely there. They absolutely love this type of bottom. If you can get them out with chum, you'll realize that they're all over the place. Gavin did a great job putting a holding shot in that fish and wrestling it out of what I call the Swiss cheese.
Nicely done, sir. You all right?
Again, complete dive. You can hear me doing deep, slow breaths. Big inhale. Start my dive, excuse me. This is the same spot, that Swiss cheesy type bottom. We had seen quite a few fish, but they were kind of darting in and out of these holes, so they become hard to locate once they get a little spooky. The clarity was pretty good. It was about 60 foot here. The bottom, I think, is about 70, 75-ish. Doing some grunts there to try and bring them out. This is actually a roll. It starts from 40. The sand on the very end is about 80. I'm in about 70, 75 right here. You can see how many big cracks and holes and stuff there are. The groupers absolutely love this stuff. You can see a little black here. There's actually 2 that meet up. This is a risky shot, but it had been so slow. There was a bigger one just behind this one. I was really taking my time trying to get a stone shot because that's not an area that you want to wrestle a fish out of. Luckily, I got a stone shot, which is preferred. It makes it a heck of a lot easier.
Justin, there's a legal fish right here. He's straight underneath me. He's camouflaged. He's not big, but he looks legal.
This is actually a little higher up on the roll. I think Justin's in about 55, 60 right here. You can see the viz. I can see him pretty well on the bottom there.
And there was two? I didn't even see the other one, there was two of them.
No, there's a bigger one right there too.
That's what I saw him take off. Thankfully, found a few on that spot. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Gonna get this slushed up here in a sec and keep grinding. At least it's a beautiful day.
So this is a new spot. I had actually dove only one time previously, kind of found on accident. We had overdrifted on a wahoo drift and I did a drop and I saw a ton of black groupers. Unfortunately, it's very deep. I think the shallower end of it's about 85. 80, 85. It was a little late in the day, kind of hurt. You can see, if you look around and pay attention, there are black groupers everywhere here, kind of spooking off. I didn't get a great breathe up here and I should have just returned to the surface, let these fish get comfortable, but I rushed it, tried to go for the stone shot there and I just barely shot high right as that fish kind of twitched and did his little kick forward towards the rock, and fortunately the shaft went sailing over his head. But there was just groupers all over it.
Too deep. There's like 12 of them.
Same spot. Again, it's so clear these fish are just kind of being spooky. I did the same thing, found one that I thought was being friendly, trying to line up on him, and he's just wiggling too much. I mean, I might get lucky there and throw a Hail Mary and it sticks, but I didn't like the shot, so I didn't take it, just kind of let him swim.
Justin! Dude, he beelined right at you. He's about to take you for a ride.
Still the same spot. Really took my time trying to get a good breathe up here. You can hear me really deep, slow inhales. I exhale about twice as long. Ballpark, just slow, just to absorb oxygen. Big inhale there and try and do my dive, or just make my drop comfortable, smooth, straight down. Use my weight, kind of roll into it. We got out of the water for about 10 minutes and kept chumming, just trying to get one or two comfortable. Like, there was so many fish here, they just wouldn't sit still. The second you drop, they would take off. But like I said, we hopped out and just kept chumming, trying to get one dumb enough to sit there. And luckily we ended up getting one that would sit still. Again, bottoms, I believe 85 to the sand here. And this fish apparently thought he was camouflaged, but he was not. Gavin meeting me 30 feet down as my safety. Love that technique, meeting you a little bit on the deeper stuff.
The old unicorn trick. If they'll sit still, I can shoot them. Eyes or gills, or I don't know what you want. So we finally found some really clear water and a lot of groupers, but clear water means that they are sketchy. I landed on, I don't know, 8, 10 blacks. Slowly getting there. It'd be a great day any other day, but commercially it's a little slow, but life could be worse. We bumped in just a smidge shallower. We were in, what, 85? Yeah. It's kind of late and 85 hurts right now, so we're in about 70, see if it feels a little better, and we're gonna try and plug a few more before we call it. So this morning, had a mini panic attack. I lost my dive socks. Luckily, Gavin had some regular socks in his truck. We're getting to the bottom of the chum, and look what we found. Justin filled the chum bucket in the dark, so I guess I can't blame him. Now the fish are gonna be swimming right up to me.
Holy cow, holy shit. Oh, I got two, Doctor. Oh, no.
So I actually could see a pretty nice black grouper from the surface here, about 20 pounds. Coming up on the end of the day, just really tired, a little fatigued. In the winter, we don't dive nearly as much deep, so the beginning of the season for groupers is always a little struggle. But this fish was kind of hanging out. He was pretty curious. He wasn't really moving a lot, which is good. I tried to drop on him with the sun at my back, so I just kind of looked like a blur or a weird shadow. You can see he's just kind of sitting there, very comfortable. He gives me the unicorn shot, the straight-on shot that I hate. If he's dead on like that, I shoot him, I'm going to run my shaft right down the fillet. And unfortunately, he bolted. So right here, I try to nerve him. The head shot's a little too far. There's a spot behind the head shot where if you hit him just right, you'll nerve them and they won't, like all their motor functions will quit. Thought I had it, but unfortunately I didn't. That was a very nice fish, about 20-pound grouper. But that wasn't a fatal wound. He definitely got away and lived, so. But not as much action as I had hoped for on May 1st, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stick around for the breakdown.
I hit him. He sat unicorn style forever.
I know, dude. I was like,
straight, but straight like this, not top. If it would have been top, I'd have hit him. And I didn't want to run the shaft all the way down the fillet, so I waited, and right when he turned, he kicked hard, and I tried to nerve him. I didn't even try to stone him, I tried to nerve him, and it didn't. Yeah, he went deep. Oh, that sucks.
Mullet flapping in the wind. All right, we're done out here. A little slower than I had hoped for on opening day, but it's reality. Sometimes that's the way it goes.
Made the cookie.
If it was a recreational day, it'd be phenomenal, but slow as far as commercial goes. But no complaints. Got to do some spearfishing with my friends and some random guys that I don't know.
Yeah, friends.
All
right.
But we'll get these weighed up and let you know how we did. See you at the market. All right, I have finally got the commercial breakdown for you guys. I'm sorry this video is a little late. May 1st was, I think today's the 10th. It was 10 days ago. Quite honestly, I've been on the boat every single day the last, I think, 12 days. But I finally have the check and I've had a day off so I can do the audio for this video and to get the commercial breakdown and show it to you guys. But one question I did want to answer real quick before I give you this information. A lot of you have asked about expenses as far as crew share, crew payments, stuff like that. Typically on a commercial trip, you would pay your crew a percentage of the boat's take for the day. I'm lucky enough where I have a few of my friends that I trust enough to commercially dive with me. They have other jobs that make their living, and they understand that this is how I make my living. So we have an agreement. They get to come dive for free, and I don't charge them anything, but I get to keep the boat, or the boat gets to keep the profit for the day. So it's kind of a win-win. Unfortunately, I can't do that with everyone. I do get messages all the time about people asking if they can hop on a commercial trip. I wish I could do that. Unfortunately, I can't, because if I open the door to a few of you, I got to open the door to everybody. And quite honestly, I prefer to do charters because there's a lot less fish I have to harvest to be profitable on charters. Commercially, we take a lot more fish off the reef than I would on a productive day, or what I would consider a productive day doing charters. So there's the answer to that. Hopefully that answers a few of y'all the questions you've had about it. But let's get to the commercial breakdown. May 1st wasn't nearly as action-packed as I had planned on. You know, it's just how it goes. Sometimes it's a reality of the beast, you know, commercial fishing in general. But we still had a great day, a lot of fun. Got some good content and some video for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We had a total weight, black grouper, we had 115 pounds. Mutton snapper, we had 15 pounds. And Kubera snapper, we had 9.5 pounds. Total sale of $850 for the day. Pretty good. So we had fuel was $100, snacks $20, and I bent a shaft, so $50. So a daily profit. Again, this is not, you know, going straight into the bank account, not purely profit. This is just the daily profit, what I call, of $680. So not bad. In hindsight, it would have been more profitable to take a charter out. But as I said, that's how it goes. Life could be worse. I truly am blessed. I get to do this for a living. It's absolutely unreal. But as always, thanks so much for your guys' time. Keep sending me ideas. Got some good stuff coming up. Deep dropping is heating up. Sword fishing, we're doing lots more spearing. Summertime's a great time for spearing. We do a ton of grouper and stuff. A few of you all have asked about mahi spearfishing videos, so I'll try and get to that as soon as I can. But as always, keep the comments coming. Appreciate the love. You guys have been great, and I will see you guys next time. Later.